Good morning, good morning. Holiday week this week with Christmas and other holidays. Happy holidays. Troy, ATXRC Productions, 3DR Solo Owners Group, ATX Drone Space, um, multi-rotor drone unboxings, tips, tricks, reviews, all that stuff. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Find us where you find us. Today is the 21st. It's D-Day. Everybody's talking about it. The AMA registration for drones and all UAS or all unmanned aircraft systems. First, AMA. If you're not a member, go be a member. Last year, this year, been a member for a while. Get your AMA membership. A few reasons. First of all, I want to say thank you to the AMA for all the things they do that nobody really thinks about or does or talks about. The biggest, securing and keeping us safe or keeping us secure on a foothold of all of our different frequencies for this hobby. Hobby band frequencies, in theory, could be taken away. I don't remember the exact, but I know it comes up every once in a while where they can kind of renew it. Our hobby band frequencies for all of our radios are secure because of lobbying by the AMA and associations on our behalf. That's something that whether you're an AMA member or not, you're benefiting from. So thank them. Thank you, AMA. Want to say there are lots of reasons to be a part of the AMA. Lots and lots of reasons. One of the biggest reasons, especially if you're not going to register your drone for now, be an AMA member. And I say that because today is the day that we are supposed to start registering. Now, if you've seen my video before, I stand by pretty much everything I said. I want registration for drones. I don't know exactly because I haven't seen the site and we're about to walk through that, exactly what information is collected or what's needed, but I'm not that worried about giving out too much specific information. You know, my address and all that stuff, that's all searchable. If somebody wants to know what I'm flying, they could go look on my YouTube. They could find me and they could come to my house anytime they want. They could find where I live and all those things. So as much as I understand the argument of privacy and all my information and all that, guys, your information is already public, okay? And a large percentage of us, I don't know, but I'd say 60 to 70% of us are putting all of our product or all of our media and footage and content out, and people see what we have. People know what we have. I do understand the argument of a shopping list for criminals to, blah, blah, blah. I get it. You know, yes, it's an argument, but again, there's just so many. This is not about identity theft. This is not about gun control. This is not about freedoms necessarily. You know, this is about protecting the airspace. And as thousands and thousands and thousands of these things get airborne every day for the next couple of weeks, especially, making sure that we have some kind of checks and balances moving forward. Because if not, 2 years from now, it's going to be a cluster. I mean, we can all admit that something needs to be done as far as registration or regulation or just making sure that any Joe Blow off the street isn't going to go get one and go fly it in a way that could cause a problem. There's plenty of problems that we play Russian roulette with every time that we fly with the number of aircrafts that are in the air as far as drones and multi-rotors and UAVs. I still stand by. Do the large-scale aircraft, should they be kind of lumped in? I don't know. I don't know enough about that hobby, but I can say that looking at it from a perspective from outside, there are some very powerful and large aircrafts being flown, even line of sight out there, that, yes, I understand have been done for years, but there's also plenty of YouTube videos of those things crashing into crowds and crashing into things. So I do understand that y'all been doing it, and AMA has been regulating their members and stuff, but I do. I think that a lot of this is just talking points and needs to be smoothed out over time. But that's not really what we're here. We're here to discuss, do you register? Do you not register? How to register? And all of that stuff as far as pertaining to December 21st today. Before I tell you what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what the AMA decided to send out to all of its members on the 21st. If you haven't seen it, it is a letter that AMA sent telling its members that they urge us to not register until they find either other recourse on this or until the 19th of February, which is the 60-day termination for the mandatory registration of previous ownership. So this is the letter right here. On the 21st, I'm going to just skim it. Dear AMA members, yesterday AMA Executive Council unanimously approved an action plan to relieve and further protect our members from unnecessary, burdensome regulations. The plan addresses a recently announced interim rule requiring federal registration of all model aircraft and unmanned aircraft systems, or UAS, weighing between 0.55 and 55 pounds. AMA has had a long has had a similar registration system with its members, safety programs, accountability, argued blah, 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 Section 336, Act of Reform of 2012. Council is considering legal action in remedies to address the issue. In propagating the interim rule registration earlier this week, the FAA repeatedly stated the model aircraft are aircraft, despite the fact that litigation pending a very question, blah, blah, blah. We continue to believe that registration makes sense at some threshold, blah, blah, blah. As we proceed through this process, we suggest AMA members, not everybody that doesn't agree, AMA members is who they are urging to hold off on registering their model aircraft with the FAA until advised by the AMA or until February 19th, the FAA's deadline for registering existing model aircraft. This will allow AMA to fully consider possible options, parallel track, blah, 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 complete ongoing conversations, blah, blah, blah. So, it's a pretty big email to send. I personally didn't really... I appreciate it, and trust me, I've thought about it, and that's what this video is about. It's a good email, and I appreciate them standing up for us. I appreciate all that. I do feel like there's a little bit of guys here, but I'm not going to get into that. I do think that this is going to lead to some confusion. I think that this is fueling a little bit of fire on the non-members. There's a ton of people out there that want to complain and want to do this and that, and complain about AMA and complain about registration. So they're not going to do either. I would suggest being AMA at the very minimal today, the 21st. Be a member. Number 2, I would go to the website yourself. Check it out. Look at it. Read it. Understand it for yourself, or try to understand it for yourself. And let's talk about this as a community and as a group on Facebook and YouTube and social networking and in person at our local meets. And let's figure out what is best for us. We do have some time in this. Again, I have no problem giving my information out. I give my information out to everybody. Everybody knows. Anybody can find me and figure out what I'm doing, basically. That's not for me to be problematic with. I really don't care. I don't know. Me, I'm going to go to the website, and we're going to check it out. So, I've already dug through it a little bit, and here's the FAA.gov. First on the page, FAA, small unmanned aircraft begins the 21st. Read it. Okay. All right. In preparation. All right. Okay. Okay. Tells you a couple of things. Okay. There's nowhere to click. And I'll tell you, it took me a minute to figure out how to get to the registration. So instead of providing us a link right here saying this is where you're going to do it, what you need to do is go back to the home page. And you're actually going to go to Forms 0000-1 Unmanned Aircraft, aka drone document. Here we go. Unmanned aircraft, blah, blah, blah. Personal, hobby, recreational use. Here's your registration. The blue button will be activated on the 21st. There we go. Unmanned registration. So here we go. Review the registration facts to learn more about the program. Why do I register? Federal law requires registration. Blah, blah, blah. Federal law requires owners to pay $5 to register aircraft. However, registration is free for the first 30 days to encourage speedy registration of UAS. During the first 30 days, you must pay $5 with a credit card, and $5 will shortly appear afterwards. Why they don't just say refund, I don't know. What is definition of UAS? Is a drone and a UAS are the same for registration purposes. Though a UAS is an unmanned aircraft system. A drone and a UAS are the same for registration process. Does the FAA have authority to require registration of UAS used by modelers? Yes. By statute, all aircraft are required to register. Congress has defined aircraft to include UAS, regardless of what they are operated by modelers and hobbyists. What are the penalties for failing to register? Civil penalties up to $27,500. Criminal penalties include fines up to $250,000 and/or imprisonment for 3 years. That's where it gets. That's the one that gets people, and I get that. I do. I don't agree with that. I don't. I'm just saying. I understand why that gets people, but come on, let's keep reading. Will an operator required to have proof of registration? Yes, you'll require to have your FAA registration certificate in your possession when operating your unmanned craft. Where can I find information on USAS safely? Here's how to operate UAS safely. I'm not going to. Who is required to register? Only individual, recreational, or hobby users who meet U.S. citizen requirements. New, faster, easier system will be available to UAS owners soon. Unmanned aircraft weighing blah, blah, blah. Is there a weight limit? Weighing more than 250 grams. Do carry children's toys not if they weigh below 0.55. Blah, blah, blah. You can find information. Do I have to register paper airplanes? No. Do I have to register paper airplanes, soy balloon, or a frisbee? It's going to be considered, even if these things could be considered drones or unmanned aircraft and meet the legally required, the registration rules also require that they be part of unmanned aircraft system. An unmanned aircraft system includes communication links, components, and control, blah, 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 blah. A UAS are 55 pounds or more based on this. Registration process is different than if you own a business. The new system does not yet support registration of small UAS used in connection with business. In the future, it will in the future, and in the meantime, these entities must continue to register using the paper-based process. Both tethered and untethered drones. If I'm just flying for fun, yes. Only fly it indoors. No, the FAA does not regulate indoor UAS. Do homemade drones need to be registered? Yes, if they fall into the weight criteria. Will the requirement apply to UAS that I own and operate before registration? Yes. Owners who purchased prior have 60 days to register. Who must continue to register paper-based aircraft systems? Any type of entities other than hobbyists. All right. Minimum age 13. Is there a citizen? Only U.S. citizens can register their small UAS. If a drone gets a gift, register. Yes. What happens if I sell my drone? You should log on to the website, update your registration information, and encourage to remove the registration number from your drone. All right. You must provide name, physical address, mailing list, and email address. The email address will be used as an ID login. If I own multiple drones, no, you register once and apply the same registration number. Why do I need to pay to register? The fee will go to pay the costs. Credit card transaction help authenticate the user. You will see a credit card for $5. That's why they charge a card and give it back, is for ID purposes. All right, so no, you don't have to print it out. You can show electronically. So you don't have to carry a paper copy. Just keep it on your phone somewhere. How do I prove I'm registered? Certificate of registration downloaded and sent to your email address. So you get a digital copy. All right, marking it. Will my required IN number? No, you will receive a unique registration number, not an IN number. Is putting AMA number on my drone enough? No, not at this time. Not at this time. Not at this time. The registration system will generate a unique FAA number. Would putting contact information on my drone be enough? No, you must mark it with FAA registration. How am I marking a unique registration? You may use any method to affix it. Permanent marker, label, engraving, other means. May I operate my UAS once I register? The completion of the registration process does not provide authorization to operate your UAS. Please refer to the UAS FAQ for requirements. How high is 400 feet? Typical buildings have floors that are 12 to 14 feet. A 30-story building would be a 30-story. Oh, man. Who can see the data? FAA will be able to see the data you enter. FAA uses a contractor to maintain the website. A contractor will also be able to data you enter. FAA contractor are required to comply with strict legal requirements, confidentiality. So here they say that our information won't be given out. So I don't know. That's what they say here. There's all kinds of good stuff here, man. There really is. It answers a lot of these questions. A pilot cannot read a number from a drone. It's not about having your number on your drone, basically. It's about registering motor vehicle. Tie a specific person to the aircraft. Greater accountability. Some interim harm. Yeah. All right. So there we go. All right. So we did the FAQ like they said. Now let's go back. Read aircraft registration records and notice. All right, let's register. Oh, the button's not working. All right. So the button's not working yet, but again, go on the website, check it out. I wasn't going to register anyways. I was going to walk through, just take a look at the process. I have an AMA membership. If you notice, I said AMA numbers not at this time are enough. So that's some really interesting wording coupled with the email from AMA. My choice for now is going to be to wait 28 days. 28 days from now, I'll make another video and I'll tell you guys exactly what I'm going to do. Am I going to register? Has AMA come up with something? If in the meantime it comes earlier, I'll let you know, obviously. However, I personally, if I was not an AMA member, I would register today. I still might register before I actually travel with my stuff January 6th. It just might be a good idea. I want to thank again the AMA for everything they are doing, though everybody doesn't agree with every single step. They are the only ones really looking out for us. I do encourage you guys to get out there and join local groups, local AMA chapter, local flying fields. Only way to keep this stuff protected is going to be bigger, part of something bigger. Yeah. You want parks designated for yourself? Well, let's maintain the ones we first have. So there's a lot of stuff that we can get that's going to be good from this stuff, guys. Register our drones, start participating, start making a difference and building a future for where we want to be in this hobby, in this commercial industry, all of it. It's exploding. It's going to be something really good. It's just up to us to figure it out and do it. Yes, there's going to be rules, registration, and laws along the way. Do our best to, buck them when we can and stand up to them and get what we can out of it. But if we have to, give them your name, tell them who you are, you're flying. It's no big deal. All right? Fly safe, fly smart, fly something, and just fly for fun. More importantly, fly AMA, baby. Peace. Today, register myuas.faa.gov. This is the website that you need to go to register your drone. Now, I just did a commentary video on a lot of this. Wanted to just go through and show the actual registration site. On my commentary video, there was no link to the actual registration site that was active. So I actually found the link. It's registermyuas.faa.gov. And this is where you get. Learn more. I would definitely do that before registering. That takes you back to the page that we were on. And this is the button I was trying to push, the blue button that was being discussed previously. It was not connecting me there. So we already read through all this. If you want to go through it, go look at my commentary. Otherwise, we are going to close this window and go back. Now let's walk through the registration process. Email, ATX, RC Addicts. Oops. All right, create me an account. Oh, didn't satisfy the password. Not now. All right, create my account. Not now. It needs one symbol. I didn't pay attention. Down here, it actually tells you uppercase, lowercase, blah, blah, blah. All right. Save my password this time. All right. Send me a verification email. Now, before you can log in, I need to activate. So real quick on my phone, I'll check my email and activate. There it is. Register my account. All right. So now I should be able to. Let's see. All right. I should be able to now log in. You're accessing, you might find information, lawful, Privacy Act. I'll read it later. I already read the other part. Log in. I guess my... All right, there we go. All right, I am now in. All right, I am going to go ahead and enter some info. Phone number optional. I'm going to put my address in. Do that in a little bit. I'm actually not even going to do this, guys, just so you know. So, yeah, I mean, looks like that's about it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and enter. I'm going to bounce off the page, not show y'all my info, even though I did say it's. All right. Enter some info. Address. I have no problem giving them my address. I know I said I'm not going to register, but I'm going to just check. Let's see what goes here. All right. Yeah, I mean, proceed to checkout. Acknowledgement, I'll fly below 400. I'll fly within visual sight. I'll be aware of airspace requirements. Not over people, not over stadiums. I'll not emergency land efforts, sport fires. I'll not fly your aircraft. I'll not fly under the influence. And it brings you here if you click on that. I mean, look, I have no problem with any of this. I'll be honest. I've read and understand. Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll be honest. I'm tempted to go ahead and register right now just because of how simple this process just was. Put my credit card in. I'm not offended by anything that they said or did. Um, yeah, interesting. I'm not going to right now. I'm an AMA member, so I am going to give it, like I said in my other video, I'm going to give it at least a week or two or see where this goes. But I'll tell you now, within 30 days, if I don't get any info from AMA, there's no reason I don't see why we can't register, or why I shouldn't register. So that's it. Yeah, go register your drones or be an AMA member for sure, and then figure out in the next 30 days if you're going to do it or not. There's the registration process. Fly safe, fly smart, fly legit, guys. Just fly legit. Peace.